Hold on. Oh, there's like a spike whenever I unmute my mic. Hello everyone, thank you for waiting. I'm still setting up, running a little late today. So give me like another minute. I should be ready to go pretty soon. Alright, welcome back everyone. So, today I am playing Punishing Grey Raven. I didn't actually decide what to play up until a few minutes ago. I was still kind of torn between everything. I was like, do I want to do... Well, I mean, first off, Project Sakai server has maintenance tonight, so we can't play that. That's what I really wanted to do, but there's maintenance, so definitely tomorrow will be Project Sakai. Pretty much 100%. Barring some accidents or anything. But I was thinking about what to do, so... Yeah, I left off, but I decided on story. And if you guys have been here, you know that the last time I did story was quite a while ago. Maybe like over a week, I think. Maybe like a week and a half. Let me check real quick. Cinder Burns story, September 28th, so, roughly a week. Before I used to do a lot of story. I do really enjoy story myself, but I feel like I'm not sure anyone else does. I mean, whenever I ask, someone always says they do, but the numbers don't lie. And I am taking this very seriously as a streaming career. So I do have to pay attention to trends and, what people like and don't. And yeah, I've been a bit of a week. But yeah, so today I was thinking about the future for PGR. I think the previous patch, Cinder Burns, they did increase the story a bit. It ended up being a very long story, which is different from the previous 4 patches, which all had essentially 4-hour stories. This time it's something like 12 or like 15 hours, something like that. Much longer. But at the same time, the side content as well as the event content is very scarce again. So this time so far we have this new one. So we have Babel Tower. That's a simple short one, very high-end, high-skill endgame thing. We have Challenge Exodus Memoria. This one was even shorter because I don't think there's like leaderboards or anything, so it's a single clear thing, very easy. Then we had the Character Trial, which was also very easy. So essentially, those two, there was very little to do. And this patch is lasting another 33 days. That's almost 5 weeks, 5 more weeks. So it doesn't seem like there's much more side content. I think some people like this. Some people like less content. For someone like me who used to stream PGR 6 days a week, 6-7 days a week, it is a little bit sad. I mean, for other people, who's quote have a life, then maybe it works. I do feel that way for like Honkai Star Rail as well. People really it's really a gacha game for them, as opposed to kind of a game I really love. So gacha games, they come for the banner, they roll in the banner, they play for like a week, and then they're gone for the next if it's Honkai Star Rail, then they're gone for 3 weeks. If it's a PGR, then they're gone for 4 to 5 weeks. Or PGR, you know, because if you're not interested in unit frames, then essentially you're gone for, you know, 10 to 11 weeks. And maybe that's what they're catering towards, which is unfortunate for me. It's also unfortunate as a PGR, you know, streamer. That's basically what I started as, and you know, I never stopped because I do love this game, but there is very little, much less for me to do. There is this new one though, Alternative Interpretation Curse Waves. So I was thinking about doing some of this. This is basically similar to Recitativo. So it's kind of a roguelike mode with branching storylines. The story itself is it's definitely hard to stream because it's kind of all over the place. And it's also very not concentrated like the normal PGR story. It's really spread in between the combat as well as the, I dare say, slightly boring and repetitive roguelike grinding. But for those people who like it, it is there. Oh crap. Hold on. And it is kind of, there are some upgrades. So I think they combined this thing, which is normally from, I think it's called Mycenian Protocol, maybe not, but the one where you kind of get random gacha to roll characters. That one's kind of fun, but they kind of combine this one, so you know, choosing different characters in different combinations will give different permanent buffs to your entire team, and it's roguelike again, so it's, you know, it's different because normally this one lasts the entire patch, but this one's a roguelike, so you kind of have to learn to build it pretty well. But reward-wise, it looks like there's a lot of vouchers, a couple free tickets, so basically some black cards lying around. But it will take quite a while, so I don't think, as far as I know, there's no daily. What do they call it? Like Recitativo. Recitativo has a daily that resets every day. So if you do it once a day, you know, then it's much more beneficial. Here it says it will alternate periodically. But I've checked, I think 2 days in a row, or at least 1 day in a row, and it hasn't changed. So I don't really know. Yeah, but it's very similar. So this one is the story is the backdrop is pretty cool. It's very dark, and it's kind of like you know, not getting into too much spoilers. It's kind of like one of those like Groundhog Day, or like you know, Edge of Tomorrow. It's kind of like a looping timeline until you get out of it, you know, with amnesia and things like that. So it's pretty trippy, like a psychological thriller. But I thought about doing that. Maybe it's a possibility. I don't know when or why, you know. But other than that, there's nothing else new. I guess that's a big one, but I don't really appreciate that one as much. I feel it's a little too grindy, and I also think it's hard to stream it. So literally, there's you know, for the next 5 weeks, there's only one event left. Relax Midsummer Memento. I have no idea what it is, but it could be fun. Relax is usually a more casual play style, so it probably involves chibis, which I do love. Yeah. Let me knock out dailies real quick, and then we're gonna start story. That's the plan for today. So I've sort of taken a break from story for about a week. I was almost debating either never doing story again, or doing it without voiceovers. So that's kind of been my thing, that, you know, I've been doing PGR story with full voiceovers for every single characters. And I think it's a lot of fun. I thought people would enjoy it, and people have definitely told me they do. But like, again, like I said earlier, the numbers, you know, paint a different picture. So, you know, I'm a little tired recently, so it does require a lot of effort compared to any other stream. It definitely requires the most effort out of any stream that I do. And you know, I used to do it a lot, but for it to basically not work at all with viewers, it's a little bit discouraging. I mean, more than a little bit. So, you know, but today I'm back again, so I guess I didn't learn my lesson, and I'm here. Yeah, also, you know, because I wasn't planning to stream PGR this week, ever since we streamed last time, I actually did all my weeklies. I've stopped You know, so before I used to try to save all my content to concentrate it for like a certain stream day. But now I just went back to being like a normal player, so I just kind of play it as it goes. Hi, Tigress. You've been doing awful. Project Sakai is a bitch. After 130 pulls to 200, I didn't even get a 3-star. And oh, that's horrible. I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm doing all right. It's very hot. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, and the day after for me. So there's like another heat wave here. So I'm kind of dying a little bit. I'm dying on the outside. I'm also dying on the inside from doing PGR story. Yeah, hope you had some better luck after pull 130. Yeah. That's why I guess I shouldn't complain about my gacha luck. I always used to. But you know, after the last time, we did all right. But yeah, today I think we're gonna continue Cinder Burns story. You know, after the last Cinder Burns story, I was totally considering quitting PGR story altogether. And at the same time, even now, I still am. I'm still considering it. But I'll give it another try. I do want to finish this off. I think we're about 1 or 2 streams away from finishing Cinder Burns. So that'll be nice to get it out of the way. But you know, PGR servers, not PGR, Project Sakai servers are down today, which was kind of why I was looking for something to stream. Yeah, up until the last minute, I actually had no idea what I was gonna stream. I was debating, should I stream this, that, yada yada yada. It's kind of but like I was saying, I've stopped saving content for PGR because I do feel like the landscape has changed a lot. So, you know, I didn't wait to do my pain cages, which I normally do. I try to save them in my war zone. I'm done with all of them. Oh, we're getting demoted. It really hurts. This one. Wow, look at that. I already sparked from off of you 200 rolls and 20 limited gacha hours. Wish for Dark Fest. Yeah. That's Mizuki. Do you mean the one in December? Halloween Minori. That's the one where she has like a Little Red Riding Hood dress and she holds these giant scissors, I think. That's a lot to save up for. Yeah. I've started getting a lot of crystals from the character ranks and from the new patch. And I think I might be able to get enough crystals to actually roll for the next Color Fest. Yeah. So yeah, next Color Fest, the New Year Color Fest, I'm going to be... the hope is to get 90, or not 90, I only need 60k because I have 10 limited tickets. And I'm hoping to spark for On, the New Year's On. That one's really nice. It's almost the perfect card, for me at least, personally. It's missing a couple things that, I do like. But look at this, Machine Factory, oh my god. Oh, this hurts so much. Yeah. But this one hurts so much, you see that? Oh, it hurts so much. The power creep is too strong, I'm just done. I'm like so done. It's ironic. It's kind of ironic because somehow I'm still hanging on for Pain Cage. Like I can, if I try really hard, I can still get top 5%. No, I mean, not even that hard. I just have to try a little bit. I have to make sure I don't just, speed through it. But Warzone, I can absolutely cannot stay in Hero anymore. If Shadow comes out, oh, so this is the worst, you see? Okay, Shadow and Machine are my worst because Karen, Dark Karen is so, so much stronger at SSS than SS. And Bianca just came out, so all the Giga Whales. Fire, I feel like I can still kind of hang on because not many people did Nanami, and SS Live combined with the, the free Lee, it's still good. Crimson is the one I do the best in now because, before it used to be Machine Factory because I had Nier, but now I do Crimson best because, no one really liked Plume as much, as well as Plume being older. Laser Alloy is also not too bad because, you know, Vera is quite a while ago as well. Yeah. It is. Well, I mean, you can see this. I mean, the shadow is not as extreme. Oh, it's pretty extreme too. Never mind. But basically, these were the last two banners, physical and shadow, and people wailed the, you know, like they wailed the crap out of that. And it was also a very big discrepancy between whales and the free-to-play one. So, you know, when these two stages pop up, then I have zero chance. You know, if the old stage, ice and lightning pop up, because people didn't wail for that one as much, then I have a better chance. So this one is a unlimited mob farming stage. I don't know how to describe it. But basically, there's waves of monsters or, you know, enemies, and you try to clear as many as you can in 2 minutes. So this one, you know, there's a lot of power creep involved, and that's why I'm really struggling here. But you see, for the old one here, this is the boss battle. So the boss battle is more focus, skill based, as well as, you know, having experience fighting the boss, and if you know how to do it properly, then you can really excel here. So I still kind of got this because I have that experience. But the other one, and, you know, killing endless mobs, it really comes down to the power that you've paid for. Yeah. All right, I've stalled enough. You know, I always stall before story. But let's continue story. Honestly, this story, I don't remember what happened last time. I know we had young Noan. We had Noan, he had amnesia. He went back to, all right, sorry, let me I guess say one more time. From this point on, there will be story spoilers, so, you know, if you're trying to avoid them, sorry. Please, you know, please clear out if you're trying to avoid spoilers. But yes, we're going to be doing Cinder Burns' story. I was debating about whether I should be doing this, but I've decided to. Let's give it another try. So, you know, he had amnesia as an adult construct, and then, you know, he didn't really know much. He met us, the player character Shiki-kan, the commandant, at some point. So I think this happens roughly in chapter 17. So surviving Lusa, and somewhere he meets us. I think this is before we go back up to Babylonia, though. So, but most of it happens in the past. So they jump to his past when he's a kid. I think he started at 8, and then he aged up to 11, and then I think now he's 17. But, you know, he was very poor. He was on Aslam, the train, and, you know, his mom used to be there, and then his mom's gone now. Then he had an adoptive aunt, Rachel, and Rachel's gone too. But basically, there were like poor people, and they were struggling against the upper class. And now the last thing that I remember was that Ashlar betrayed him, and God, it's like a whole week ago. I can't even remember. But basically, the rebellion failed. Ashlar, you know, he's a goner. Everyone he knows is dead. You know, his mom is dead. His friend, what was his friend name? Field is dead. Rachel's dead. Everyone's dead. This is PGR. It's very depressing. So and then also in the future, he found out that he was actually a transcendent. So, you know, he's kind of one of the bad guys in that sense. And Lithos turned out to be, you know, the transcendent in their midst. So she was kind of hiding undercover. And she kind of made him a transcendent, but he's kind of like rebelling against it, and so they kind of wiped his memory, and then they try to get him to agree to it. And I think this has happened many times. So it's kind of you know, very PGR psychological thriller stuff as well. That's all I can remember. Let's get going. ER2. So this is Event Wrecker 02. Melting away. People only throw their names away when they want to forget their past. Are you one of these people? I have absolutely... Yeah, I was kind of avoiding doing this, but I guess I'm back now. I really don't remember what happened, so I'm just going to keep going. Lithos' interference has sent Noan back into the void between torment and rebirth. He enters a very long dream. so long that it encompasses his whole life. But that is only an instant in the river of time, lasting but 21 years in an age that does not seem to end. So I guess technically he's 21 years old when he becomes a construct. We don't know the full story yet, so we're still kind of uncover the pieces. I don't know for sure. I think it's the last 4 patches, maybe more. But PGR has not. No, I think since surviving Lusam, maybe. PGR has not had a hidden story in a while. So if you guys know, PGR hidden story used to be that you would do the main story, and then you would do the hidden story. And the hidden story takes place at the same time, or basically the same story as the main story, but from a different perspective. So, this time, the No.1 story kind of mirrors that original PGR storytelling. So, you kind of have the perspective from his childhood, and then you have the perspective from his, after he becomes a construct. That's Field. Field is a goner already, I think. In the infinite darkness is the sound of blood dripping. The absurd scenery scatters with the ripples, echoing in a fictitious dream. The cries, whispers, and prayers of many form a chain that threatens to tear his soul apart. After an extended struggle, his panicking body eventually stops resisting, and he lets the corpses drag him into the crimson ocean. So it looks like he's getting pulled into the red tide, at least figuratively in his head. How many times has this process been repeated? To lose his memories before starting with a blank page again. Yeah, so his memory's getting wiped again because he refused to join the Transcendence. Or the Ascendant. I think they're technically Ascendant. Fragments of his memories drip down his cheek alongside the trail of blood, and he hears a voice in his ears. If you wish to become their accomplice in exchange for that power, it's a betrayal and an insult to those who lost their lives.
Regret? No, I don't regret anything.
What happened after they threw him off the train? His memory is still incomplete. So, they failed the rebellion, Rachel's dead, Mom's dead, his comrades are dead, his friend is dead, and they threw him off the train. So, the first explosion that split the train in half, that's not the same explosion that destroyed Aslam in the last quarter of Surviving Lusam. I kind of thought it was there, but it's not. So he's still very young here, and he got thrown off. This is totally before he met us. No one? Wake up. Who could it be? Everyone's dead. Maybe Belle. What? Field?
Oh, good. You're okay. Field?
Oh, he's hallucinating his mom.
Where did the hell you go this time? You got cuts and bruises all over you. Mom? How are you doing? Me?
No one tries to move his body, only to discover that he's in so much pain he cannot even lift a finger.
I told you shouldn't give Ashlar the evidence. I'm sorry. What do I say to your mother now that you've ended up like this? Why won't you learn how to compromise? Ask people for help if you can't do it yourself. But you're all gone. Who do I ask? Summer, Mom, Rachel, Aunt Hill. What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? Help me. You have to wake up first, Noah. Is this a dream? In my dream, you're all dead. Will everything get better if I wake up? Looking at you being silly. That part isn't a dream.
Her words awake the dreamer like throwing ice water to his face. All dead. Oh, where is he? His eyes open in the infinite darkness. Gasping for air, no one is hit by the excruciating pain in his chest. He groans in agony. Oh my god! I don't have a Tanjiro voice. I don't dare do it either. Just, I don't dare do it. I don't think Chang Yu has shown up in the story so far yet. I think for a short period, in Surviving Lusam, when he and Sophia came to to kind of help live. You know, so that's surviving. Hey, Doc, he's awake. The base doc.
Lucky bastard. Am I alive? You bet. I saved you.
I really can't. I can't. I don't even want to.
You wouldn't believe your fortune. The rope on you wrapped around a pillar.
The rope on you wrapped around a pillar after it snapped, cushioning your fall before you landed on a pile of snow. Lucky guy.
And your toy firefly somehow blocked a shot to your chest.
You still broke a few ribs from the impact, though,
including your other injuries. You're probably spending the next 3 months in this hospital bed.
Why did you save me?
The Royals were partially responsible for the risk you took. Leader wanted me to apologize to you on her behalf.
She's not able to help you openly for now. She can bring you a change for lower levels all these years, I wish. Okay.
The person who started a fire shouldn't die in the cold.
I'm trying to think how to do Tanjiro voice. This is really unique voice. I would definitely fall short, no matter how hard I try. So let's just go.
The person who started a fire shouldn't die in the cold. This is the least she can do for you. I paid for everything here. Rest up, get better, and wait for our good news.
Good news?
Leader says she wouldn't let everyone's sacrifice be in vain.
What will they do? They're all...
There was this line from an old poem. Have you heard it? Earth the traveler's tavern, lament the traveler's song. This is how I understand it. Everything in the world comes to an end eventually. It's pointless to expect something at the end of your journey. The journey is the point. It's up to you to find... It's up to you what you find in yours. Let me read that again. It's pointless to expect something at the end of the journey. The journey is the point. It's up to you to find it's up to you what you find in yours. That's very weird phrasing.
Oh, one more thing.
The young construct leans down and whispers in no one's ears.
I was in a hurry when I came down to save you. Ashlar might figure out that you're still alive. I told the people in this base that you're just some random innocent stranger lying on the road, and I offered some hush money to make sure the news doesn't get out. Still, watch yourself. Watch out for yourself. I've got to head back to Leader now. I'll see you when I see you.
See you.
No one waves goodbye, feebly before falling asleep and dreaming again. He dreams about an endless snowstorm. The ground is covered in blood, and human limbs can be found everywhere. No one is pursued by countless shadowy figures, and he tries to escape along a dark, narrow path. Before he knows it, he suddenly falls, landing in a crimson swamp. No one finds himself growing a pair of wings that cannot fly. He struggles, his attempts futile and unsightly. A legion of raging hands grabs his body, dragging him down into the infinite abyss. Being hunted, running away, and then falling. The dream keeps repeating itself. No one will often wake up in the middle of the night in a panic, staring at the unfamiliar dark room that houses him. Then he will fall asleep again from the pain of his unhealed wounds, revisiting the haunting nightmare. After he realizes that he is the only person who dies in his dream. At first I remember when his mom took off the mask, I thought she was going to be a construct or a robot or something. He starts to feel blissful about his torture and death in his nightmare. Even a dream of thorns is better than the real world. The line between dream and reality starts to blur in the twilight hours. He has no idea how long the cycle of waking and dreaming has lasted. Having lost everything, he seeks the slightest hint of warmth in his dreams while allowing his body to be trapped in an extended slumber. So this is a refugee camp. I don't know if it's the surviving Lucent ones, though. Only when he hears a baby crying in a distant ward and visitors filling the space with the scent of food and sweat does no one feel a warmness in the air. The doctor chuckles while placing a blossoming flower by no one's bed. That is when no one realizes he has wasted a lot of time waiting and withering. How is the train? How long until the good news the young construct mentioned? He manages to sit on the hospital bed despite his condition and calls faintly for the staff member from the base who is passing by.
Excuse me, is there news about Aslan recently?
Oh, you mean about the incident?
Yes.
The official story was that it was a man-made disaster.
Oh.
The cargo crew was discontent with the upper levels management and planned a riot. A mole leaked the cargo crew's plan and forced their hand, so they had to blow up the train and cause the whole thing.
That's the official story?
Yeah. I heard the name of the mole was Assad. He stayed around as their chief captain for over a decade to avenge his parents. Guy picked quite the moment to leak their plan and took down the whole cargo crew with him. You got it wrong. The mole's name was no one. That's him. The mole's name was no one. They didn't disclose it publicly, but I heard it from a guy on the cargo crew yesterday, so don't blame the wrong guy. The cargo crew just started recruiting not too long ago. With that many new people in their ranks, I doubt everything you heard from them is accurate. Who cares what the mole's called? What happened to him? Some said he was dead, and some said he lived. If you heard anything, you can even trade the information. Of course, I didn't get any cough drops. I gotta... How long do we have on break? We have like... Okay, maybe we can finish this section. You can trade the information for supplies with the guards who are coming. Giggling among themselves, the staff members walk away, leaving no one alone. Oh, sorry. He wraps his light blanket around himself, mustering any warmth he can gather as he shivers. Opening his eyes, he returns once again to the empty carriage. The lingering light from the dusk coats the scenery outside the window, its presence wavering as the train marches ahead. So I feel like the story is getting more and more confusing. Probably intentionally, and because my memory is bad, I don't really know what's going on, so I'm just gonna keep going. Everything here is more real than the real world. Shauna's gone too.
How have you been lately?
Sorry. Oh, voice is dying already.
How have you been lately?
Lately?
Yeah, you told me it was spring the last time you were here. You said you had gotten better and found a temporary job at the base. So, how have you been?
How many times has he had this dream? Oh, dead people again.
Any news on the cargo crew?
You've been recruiting.
Sounds about right. Cargo crew only works when they've got enough people.
The cargo crew members who came here said that the situation on the train has gotten better.
Oh, is that so? Are you going back then now? Now that things are better?
I can't go back now. Aslar's still hunting me. There's no place for me on the train.
No one lowers his head inside the shaking carriage. The ghosts of his past also fall silent.
Did we really make the correct choice? Even if this Aslam is changing for the better, even if the future we dreamed of will one day come true, what is the point of it when none of you are here anymore? What's the point of me staying here?
He questions himself and the phantoms before him.
Shouldn't I go find you?
You've got something you still need to do, haven't you?
What?
You haven't found me yet. I'll be waiting for you at City 074, Noah. I gave you the details on the route, right?
Summer,
What's wrong?
well, tell me if you're really alive?
I've been here the whole time.
Except I know that.
He's goner. He's goner. Oh, here wakes up again.
This is just a dream.
Why are you still fiddling with the wound above your eye?
It's almost been a year. It's almost been a year. Whoa. He's 18 now. Okay, so he's like 18. He should be a full-grown adult, but, he still looks like his little 13-year-old boy form.
You have to stop picking that scab or you'll blind yourself eventually.
Wait a second. No one construct doesn't have eye patch. He only has glasses.
It's been a year already?
Yeah, I think you should see a psychiatrist. You can't keep checking if you're awake this way every time. Something's gonna go wrong eventually.
I'm sorry. Is there a reason you came here today?
Oh, recruitment just asked me to talk to you since we know each other. You've been here for almost a year.
She emphasizes again.
What's your plan? You can't keep doing odd jobs here and there.
The money from the young construct allowed no one to recover in the base for half a year. After his wounds healed, no one started performing random chores for the base like a bumblebee. He looked after the greenhouse, cleaned the streets, fixed the roofs, and even traveled beyond the base to scavenge for useful parts from broken machines. As long as the job did not demand precision and skill, no one would complete it on time, no matter how foul the work was. Still. Don't you think the kid is weird? When did he show up? I don't remember either. He's one of the doctor's patients, I think. Started helping out after he recovered. Helping out? Sure. Kid does most of the chores for nothing but rations. So guess what happened to old John? He got rejected again. He's gonna die out there if he can't find a base with work he can do. What can you do about it? The boss likes the kid. He says he does 4 people's worth of work and is lonesome. Recruitment can't hire more people even if they want to.
What do you expect? I wouldn't hire some old man if I could have a hard-working young lad working for me.
Isn't the cargo crew recruiting as well? Kid could have tried to work on the train even if he didn't have any professional skills. Maybe escorting cargo is too dangerous for his taste. A coward.
We have some positions available for full-time employment, but those are all senior roles. You're too young to be working these odd jobs. Like those desperate elderly folks. You've got choices.
Huh?
That construct back then just said he ran into you on his way when the train didn't have a place for more wounded, but he never said anything about what would happen afterward. Is it possible for you to return? I'm not trying to kick you out. I'm just wondering if you have better plans. Of course, you can stay here if you don't.
I know. Thank you, Doc.
Have you thought about where to go?
I have. I'll be leaving tomorrow.
That quickly? You're not pushing yourself too hard or doing it out of spite, are you?
I'm not. Don't worry.
In that case, don't forget to get your pay for the last 6 months at recruitment tomorrow. At least get some food for the road. And stop picking your scab no matter where you go. You hear me?
Got it, Doc. Thanks.
He's 18 technically, but they didn't change his model. Nolan takes his heavy backpack the next day, setting off on his own as the people from the base watch on. So this is, I'm assuming this is during Fake Ascension. So we learned that he's the character Shrek, who left a bunch of messages and clues that we kind of followed the trail of. We never met this character in chapter 13. We only met them in chapter 17. But in 13, they actually, we kind of learned about the backstory a little bit. But, so long ago, I honestly don't remember anything. Other than that, he showed up. He soon joined the scavengers, traveling back and forth between cities and slowly heading towards City 074, where Field disappeared. Then, one day, as the winter snow melts again, and the weather gets warmer, no one runs into a familiar figure in an empty alleyway unexpectedly. Bella Beth. Oh, I don't remember her voice already.
Oh, so you're still alive, huh?
Huh?
Don't you remember? This is the second time we've met.
Huh?
It's been too long. Heard about what happened on the train. Boiled by a mole, huh? Didn't see that coming. I suppose losing was inevitable when you guys were forced to fight before you were prepared. I think Ashlar is still searching for the survivor core member. Judging from the way you look, I guess you aren't going back anytime soon, are you?
You cannot go back indeed.
What about you? Why aren't you at the base, Beth?
Don't call me that.
There's immediately a scowl on her face.
That old bastard. Beth lied to me about being my grandfather all these years.
What?
Mr. Beth isn't your grandfather, but you two did look similar.
Oh, shut up. I have nothing to do with Beth anymore. I never should have. Don't call me by that name again.
Bella, what happened?
I don't want to talk about it.
Either way, her name changed in the corner.
Either way, I can't go back now. That base doesn't concern me anymore.
So she was part of the arms dealers that sold weapons to the rebellion.
Where are you going then?
I'm going to find my mother. I just found out she's still alive. She escaped the old bastard when I was very young, so I don't know where she is right now. What about you? Where are you heading?
City 074.
On foot? You're properly mad, aren't you? How long will that take?
1 or 2 years, I suppose.
Forget it. Not that there's something better to do. Do you want to go together? I'm only searching for my mother on the way. After all, safety in numbers and all that. Oh, right. I never asked your name.
Oh.
You were doing business with the cargo crew, and you don't know my name?
They only ever called you Captain, Four Eyes, Googly, or Rachel's boy.
When did anyone call me Googly?
When did anyone call him Googly? How can I remember what you were called when there were so many people and nicknames in the cargo crew? The only thing I remember in the names is the names of the culprits from the official report. Assad, Barbara, Noan, and Rachel herself. Is one of those names yours?
I don't have a name.
Ooh. Even the cannon fodders in games have names like Slime or something. Why wouldn't you have a name?
You can call me Slime then.
What? So they called him, yeah, I don't know. They called him, I don't know to me, when you hear the name Shrek, it's just, like the movie Shrek, like the green monster, but it's from some older fairy tale. And there's something poetic about it, but I don't know the full story, so I can't appreciate it. But it's a little silly being called Shrek. I always think of the green ogre from the movies. I think is it DreamWorks? But now he's Slime. It's even more ridiculous. People only throw their names away when they want to forget their past. Are you one of these people? Bella sighs, realizing that she is also talking about herself. You shouldn't forget it. Even if what happened on the train took away everything, you shouldn't let go of the memories of them.
Memories?
His mom. I know they've been calling you a monster, Noan, but a monster doesn't have to be horrifying or doomed. You might not be able to get rid of that label, but still. I hope you grow up to be just like Shrek and live happily ever after. So I'm assuming it's a monster? I don't know, unless they really mean the movie Shrek.
What about Shrek? My mom used to call me Shrek.
Okay, sure. Bella can tell he's hiding something, but she does not press any further. She also has her own secrets she wants to keep hidden. Right. I've got something I need your help with. One of them has buried his past and future, underneath one horrible winter. Now an empty shell and a walking dead. The other has furiously hidden the shame of being lied to for 24 years, unwilling to let it be brought up. Two people and their secrets begin their journey to City 074. I was kind of almost looking forward to a shorter story. At the same time, it still feels very fillery. So it's not like main story. It does not feel like, main story at all. Technically, A New Divide was already main story, but it still felt very side-ish. Like it was there for selling Karenina gachas. There were some big things that happened. Compared to all the other ones, that was the biggest one already. Because we did see Luna for the first time. And Roland betrayed them. But other than that, it was kind of that was it.
Don't you think you've gone too far?
On the 25th day after they started traveling together, the apathetic soul realizes he may still be able to feel anger. Wait, why is he angry? Huh? What?
I'm trying to arrive at City 074, not spending the last 25 days drawing a portrait of your mom from your memories.
Ooh. I need to find her, but I don't have a photo of her. Getting you to draw a picture of her sounds like a solid plan to me. And you owe me one, remember?
I haven't practiced drawing since I joined the cargo crew. There's no way I can satisfy your unreasonable demands.
I'm just asking you to raise her eyebrows.
You asked me to move them lower 5 minutes ago.
Can't you make them a little bit higher while you make them a bit lower? Why is it so hard for you to understand what I'm describing? Filler. No one takes a deep breath before adjusting the eyebrows with his pen once again.
How about now?
It still doesn't feel right. Forget the brows for now. Can you make her eyes look a little to the left and a little to the right?
Huh?
I remember that her hair was gentle and bountiful, like ripened grapevines.
Huh?
And her gaze was shimmering like ripples on a lake.
Huh?
No one takes another deep breath.
Who told you I could draw?
Rachel.
Have you considered that she might be joking and I have no idea how to even hold a pen?
That's not possible. She had a drawing you made when you were young in her bag.
And where did you learn to describe a face this way?
Bella waves the book in her hand. It is a collection of essays about the author's reflections on life, and the first chapter is filled with passages that depict the beauty of the female lead character. Her eyes were like apples kissed by gunpowder, reflecting the dust that the abandoned swan missed. The solitude captured inside Mona Lisa's frame painted the colors of her fingertips. No one slams the book shut and politely returns it to Bella.
I think my mom was right about compromising on things you're powerless to do. I've decided to give up on drawing starting today. I will not fantasize about making a living out of it anymore.
Are you always like this agonized when you create? Or is it just because you haven't practiced enough?
I'm always like this.
But you still owe me one. And Rachel says she wanted you to keep drawing after you left the cargo crew, didn't she? I'm giving you the tools to fulfill your dreams. Keep practicing. Hard work beats talent any day. I'm sure you can do it, so... change those brows.
So fillery. Okay. So they've been traveling like 25 days. Here, it takes Noah 50 days before he finally completes the first picture Bella is happy with.
I told you can do it.
We would have gone here sooner if you said a wider gap between the eyes and naturally curly hair, instead of make her eyes look to the left and right, and her hair was like ripened grapevines.
What's wrong with that? I find your inner life much richer than before. Unlike the Walking Dead that you were when I first ran into you.
You did a good job reviving me by making me roll over in my grave.
He puts down his pen and stretches his sore fingers.
Stop complaining. Keep an open mind. Let's go.
Bella waves her hand with great panache, making her way toward the place they agreed upon 50 days ago. Once the journey begins, time becomes a... Oh, music changed. Time becomes a whirlwind passing by. I really gotta pee soon. It's not even an hour yet, but whenever I do story, I drink a lot of water. The two of them join the scavengers, searching for supplies and information with their skills, while helping each other on the way. The painful memories from their past have been neatly tucked away within them, becoming secrets they never speak of. Not that they speak with each other often, they only talk when absolutely necessary. They only start chatting again when the next winter comes, and they start talking about books they've read. So has it been a whole year? Is he 19 now? I'm still pretending he's like 13. One of them loves manga, while the other loves self-help books, so their interests barely overlap. Still, they only start talking because of books. I don't think I can finish this chapter before break. We'll give it another few minutes. I do have to pre-rolls and I gotta pee soon. Time passes and the teenager Bella thought was awaiting his growth spurt has grown to the size of a young man. Oh, finally! Wait a second, so... I'm sure he was 17. Then they said he spent a year in the refugee camp, so that would make him 18. And then they spent another year here, so it would make him 19. So finally he got his growth spurt. One thing has not changed. His nightmares still haunt him. He was still not picking his scab. Have we seen this model before? We may have. To keep his wound from getting infected, Bella has found a pair of windproof goggles and corrective lenses to replace Noah's shattered glasses. He chuckles when he sees him trying to scratch through the goggles.
Have you seen those cone-shaped collars put on their pets to keep them from licking their injuries?
I need a Shrek voice now, so he's grown up. Because, future Noah, the construct, it always sounds like he talks into this cup. I already have this ready for this. I'm just gonna go with this because I don't actually know how he sounds like. Do your self-help books teach you how to not sound like a jerk? Really grew up. Bella means well, but Noah has since started to avoid sleeping after losing his way to separate dreams from reality. He's afraid of losing himself once again in his old dreams. Worried, Noah often sits all night by himself until the sun rises. Lacking sleep, he starts struggling with their journey during the day after a while. After seeing Noah pass out once during their travel, Bella has to start making sure he sleeps.
I wasn't expecting to be a mother this young. Can't you take better care of yourself?
You're free to let me be.
Look, I'm not as good as an ex-cargo crew captain when it comes to handling troubles on the road, alright? You know how much harder it is for me to survive if you drop dead now?
No one does not want to worry her, but he still struggles to sleep normally, so he ends up learning to pretend to snore. He can only confront the long night peacefully. Bella is calmly asleep. The tiring journey continues for a long time. They come across many ruins during countless sunsets, searching for the signs of life in the dark, empty alleyways. When the fireflies take flight in the forest on a summer night, no one remembers an old melody he has repressed deep inside. Only then does he learn to use his mechanical firefly to anchor himself to reality, and he finally finds respite from this prolonged torment. Oh, we made it! God, I don't know how long that took, but this is a very long story. Very long. And we still have 6 more to go, so that's another 3 hours. If I extrapolate, it's 3 hours. So we definitely probably won't finish tonight. We could probably finish a few more. We'll see how it goes. It also looks like we still have 3 more battle stages as well. So 3 battles in the next 6 scenes. That's a lot. So, but I do need to take a break right now. I definitely need a break right now and run pre-rolls. So thank you everyone. I'll be right back, and we'll continue with the story after. All right, I'm back. That took a longer. No, that took quite a while. So thank you guys for waiting. But I do feel better now. Okay, let's continue. I don't know how far we'll get tonight, but there's 6 sections. Maybe we'll try to do at least 2. Maybe 3. We'll see. Maybe they get shorter as well, or maybe they get longer. We'll find out. Firefly. Winter does not take, for some would light fires with their souls. When the sprouts begin to cover the wilderness as spring arrives, Bella finally finds the news he has been searching for before they are about to reach City 074. Oh, I've seen this person before.
Oh, really?
It must be 4 years ago. It was raining, and she was holding an injured child, trying to convince the staff in the conservation area to take her kid. It's hard to forget something like that.
A child?
Yeah, a 3-year-old boy she said she saved on her way. Unfortunately, the kid had a fever and passed away that night.
Do you know what her name is and where she's now?
Her name? I can try the old records. I seem to recall her putting her name down as the kid's sole guardian. Oh, here we go. Elena Bella. It was a September 4 years ago. She was a member of Bumblebee.
Elena Bella? That name. It has to be her.
But wait, I'm just gonna use Radio Shrek. I didn't, when Cinder Burns first came out, I did try to listen to no one's voice, but they all sounded just like he was talking into a mic like this. So I have no idea why. We still haven't figured out why he sounds like that. I don't think it's just me hearing things. No one tried to correct me. Then again, not many people are here either. But if anyone knows, you can. I don't mind. I really don't know why he does that, but it sounds like that to me. Like he's always talking this cup, so that's why I pull out a cup just to talk like this.
A Bumblebee from 4 years ago. Where's she now?
Who knows? Bumblebees are rare nowadays. The effect of the incident is quite long-lasting, isn't it? It's fine, to be honest. There's still a lot of folks on the train, and Jamila made sure to give everyone rations ever since she took over. People are still pretty hungry, but no one's dead. A cargo crew member sitting on the side suddenly interrupts them.
How many died back then?
Thousands, maybe. Tens of thousands, according to some. No one gives the same answer, since most who witnessed the incident didn't live to tell the tale. It wasn't easy to rebuild a cargo crew. Boss loves to say we should focus on the future.
Boss? Who's in charge of the cargo crew now?
Nino. Oh, wait, Nino's alive. Wait a second. Didn't he Shauna's like his lover, and then Shauna died, and he went to recover his body. So I thought he was like a goner. Everyone was shooting, and he went to recover the body. I think he got hit, but he's alive still.
Nino, he's still alive, but... Wasn't Ashlar hunting down the core members of the cargo crew after the incident? How did Nino get to be in charge?
Bella asked what no one cannot ask. Because Jamila is calling the shot now. Nino didn't really have anything to do with the mole. He was protecting the people in the back carriages at the end, so Ashlar hasn't managed to get anything on him. Oh, yeah, that's true.
Jamila's calling the shot now? What happened?
Babylonia's bases on the surface slowly become reluctant to work with Ashlar since the incident, and many aristocrats who were supporting him started to distance themselves over the last few years.
Why?
Rumors that he sent assassins to remove the aristocrats that refused to follow his orders, and even blamed their deaths on the cargo crew.
For real? I heard the cargo crew was responsible.
Either way, his barbaric deeds were gradually exposed, and anyone with half a brain knew to stay away from it. The only ones still under his control are the ones he has leverage on. The bastard doesn't care who gets hurt anymore. He went after the maintenance crew not long ago. Wait, where's my sensor? The good maintenance crew. Only a girl named Sophia survived and became a construct. Oh! So I have definitely done Sophia's interlude before, sometime in the past. She was really small, so she could climb into the ducts, and she survived and became a construct after an accident. I really do enjoy interludes. I'm very sad that they have not added any interludes in the last half a year. Interludes kind of usually how they became a construct. It's, you know, personal story, but usually how they became it, which is, you know, a super sad backstory. That bastard's gonna get thrown off a speeding Aslan one day.
Huh.
Anyway, things are better than they were. Perhaps if the old cargo crew waited, they could still live to see Ashlar's downfall. No one needed to die. It wasn't worth getting so many killed. Huh. Are you done with your bull? Do you think Ashlar could have fallen this far without their sacrifices? Huh, what are you talking about? Didn't they fail? Sure, but does that make what they did meaningless? What could be the point of their failure? Ashlar had the people and their guns back then. He even had those orb-shaped military mechanoids that could defeat a construct. Who would dare to challenge him? If it weren't for the cargo crew and Bumblebee dismantling Ashlar's shining armor with their lives, he wouldn't have fallen as far as he has now. Would you have done anything if someone had a gun to your head, even if you knew they were some villainous bastard? I never wanted to discuss this sort of thing with you guys, but you were seriously pissing me off. Where do you think your freedom comes from, if not on top of their dead bodies? I was just a kid on the lower level when everything went down back then. I didn't join the cargo crew or the fight, but I did see the corpses and blood pave the carriages. How many years has it been? He's a kid and he's grown up now, so you know, no one was also a kid. I still dream about that day, even now. There's no forgetting it. You lot loves to complain about Ashlar and his anti-royalists nowadays, but guess what? There was so much worse back then. Their guards would murder people in broad daylight. Do you know why Babylonia refused to work with Ashlar? Do you know how his dirty deeds got exposed? It was the evidence a core member presented that tore down his empire bit by bit. That terminal might have been broken back then, delaying the trial for a few years. That's the terminal that Rachel gave to Nolan. But the bill comes due. It didn't get better over time naturally. People had to pave that road with their corpses. You should have called them fucking heroes, not wondering if their sacrifices were worth it. Ugh. How many old cargo crew remain? Those people are either dead, hiding from Ashlar, or blamed for crimes they didn't commit. And do you think surviving that ordeal is any better? Sai, I remember seeing Captain Nino the last time I looked for him. He was sitting in the dark behind the desk with a half-knitted sweater in his hands. God knows what he was thinking. He hasn't said anything yet, but they're talking about him. As long as Ashlar remains on the train and the punishment virus threatens our home, the duty that the old cargo crew and Bumblebee passed to us is not complete. We're a long way from victory. No sacrifices are in vain. Sorry, Captain. I wasn't thinking. Alright, what did you get out of your system? These kids have no idea what happened in the past. It's good enough that they're listening to you. By the way, I heard that Ashlar was recruiting people with his blessing boxes again a few days ago. He was searching for something called Ascendance? Something about being immune? Huh, how do you know about that? You guys are talking pretty loudly.
Ascendance?
Okay, so this is, he's technically, no one is an Ascendant now. So maybe this is going to lead up to it. Ashlar's been preaching about them. We have no idea where he learned it from. When he shut up about Ascendance when the heterozygote fell in a train a couple of days ago? Who knows what his agenda is? Okay, so this is still very early on. Heterozygote fell on the train on Fallen Star, Chapter 9, I think. So this is before Chapter 13, Fake Ascension, where Shrek left the messages and trail.
Heterozygote?
Yeah, it was a giant monster that fell from the sky. Super dangerous.
What happened to it?
It was destroyed. Babylonia sent some folks down to smash it. Ashlar certainly made a clown of himself that day. How so? He was scheming, hoping to make a fuss about the heterozygote and the rumored descendants. Then Sophia, the construct little girl, stepped up and said she'd make a world that wouldn't need the train or Babylonia anymore, even when she had no idea how to do it yet. What happened next? People were getting genuinely moved by her words. Anything she said made more sense than Ashlar's crap. Hearing all that, all the staff from the conservation area laughed. Ha 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 ha. Huh, stop speaking of things you don't know. Who can say how much these people have planned ahead of time? Ha, I was just enjoying the fact that Ashlar finally fell flat on his face. I don't remember what I did for Ashlar's voice. Have you heard the tale of calling a deer a horse? After acquiring the precise details, the two of them make their way to City 074 overnight, arriving before the train reaches the station in the city.
I can't believe she's on the train, but then that makes sense, doesn't it?
She's looking for her mom still.
Where else would someone go without a home? Not to mention that she had to hide from that old bastard, Beth. Aslan would be her only choice.
Bella holds the creased portrait in her hand, staring at the empty station in silence.
You and Rachel asked me to join the cargo crew back then. Would I have found her sooner if I agreed?
There's no way to go back in time, so stop wasting time regretting. Let's figure out how to find her as quickly as we can when we board the train later.
Anxious, Bella clenches her fists. They stand there silently, waiting until the signal for the train's approach. Starts blinking.
I hope you find what you're looking for.
Do you want me to ask around for you?
The train isn't going to stay for long, so prioritize your search first, unless you're planning to leave with it.
No one waves and starts heading out.
Where are you going?
I'm taking a walk. If you come back, we'll meet at the base South 3 in City 074.
Splitting up. Leaving the station, no one hurriedly traverses the ruined landscape, entering the forest coated in mist and the morning light. He can feel a hint of warmth in the wind. No one looks up to find his surrounding brimming with greenery. He has returned to City 074 7 years after Field disappeared. So Field disappeared when he was like 13, I think. Is either like 13 or 11. Actually, no. I'm pretty sure it's 13. Like 13 or 14, somewhere around there. So he's like 20, 21 now. I think 14. So that make him 21. Because, we just found out that, his construct body is 21, so something's gonna go down. No one was looking for Field before the cargo crew's rebellion started. But his missions kept getting in his way. Even when he had the chance to come to City 074, he could not find anything. No one is more or less aware of a certain possibility, having read Rachel's terminal during his time in the cell. Still, he follows the route Rachel marked and retreads the cargo crew's trail from several years ago. This is not the first time no one walks this road. Hi Lynn, welcome back. He was in City 074 during his first year on the cargo crew. He wanted to sneak out in the dark to look for Field that night, but Rachel found out.
I know what you're trying to do, but we still have a mission tomorrow morning. I won't let you delay our schedule.
You can head out first without me.
And let the corrupted here tear you apart? Do you really think you're capable of operating on your own already?
Maybe I can't, but I won't compromise on this. Staying together doesn't make it any safer. Just look at Bancroft. He would have kept losing his cargo and disappeared if people weren't ignoring him.
He would or wouldn't?
He wouldn't have kept losing his cargo.
I'm sorry?
Was I wrong?
Always felt that way?
Yes, ever since Field disappeared.
A lot of people helped you look for him that night.
A lot? That wasn't true. Most people chose to ignore it. I'm grateful for everyone who chose to help that day, but I will never forgive.
Ooh, slap. The slap in the face was followed by a punch, sending no one backward onto the tree.
And let you look for him. I can even let you leave the cargo crew so you can stay away from us. The people you won't forgive and trust. But don't you forget what's the real reason Field and Bancroft disappeared. Don't you forget why Julie died. Do you want to go on such a futile hunt while ignoring the root of the problem? If he's alive, he'll have a life of his own by now. He won't need your sympathy. If he's dead, what's the point of finding him?
I just want to know his whereabouts.
Now's not the time. What are you going to do when you find him? Apologize to him and then sneak back? Nolan. Stop arguing with Rachel. Come with me.
Before he knows it, Nolan is already deep in the forest.
Captain Shauna.
If he had not listened to Shauna back then, he would have certainly kept going with resentment and a wall around him.
You don't have to forgive them if you don't want to.
Sorry?
People are complicated. You can't expect everyone to be equally virtuous, can you? Disagreement between us is nothing new. We all have a line we don't cross, and we've all done things that don't cross others. But I want you to understand that most people in the lower levels stick together for one goal. If you give up on that goal and other people because you can't forgive them, you just become that lonesome, orphan child once more. What's the difference between that and abandoning what field left you?
Oh.
You remember Hill?
No one nodded.
Did she hate you just because she didn't help you got in the fight?
Did she hate you just because she didn't help you when you got in the fight? No one shook his head.
We're just people. We're all flawed in our own ways. Growing up means you have to learn to accept that people aren't perfect.
Unity and diversity. Is that so?
Smart kid.
Captain Shauna, do you trust Captain Rachel?
You little punk, giving me a taste of my own medicine?
I've heard some stories. I don't know if they're true or not.
I trust that part of her that can be trusted. You understand what I mean?
I trust Captain Rachel's dedication to her dream? The dream we all share?
Attaboy. Her dedication to overthrowing the upper level is genuine. I can count on that despite her imperfections.
I see.
Shauna was always the opposite of Rachel in no one's eyes. Rachel always focused on the parts of a person that she could question, while Shauna always found the parts she could trust. No one learned a lot in the years he grew up around them. Eventually, his favorite shape of himself took form.
You have both left me such gifts and such regrets.
How you put it isn't the expiration date of this regret of yours. It's a bit too... Wait, however you put it, isn't the expiration date of this regret of yours a bit too far away? Don't you want to move on sooner?
Not the worst thing to have something to remember. Sometimes you need people or things you care about to anchor you, or you'll break.
Sounds like you're speaking from personal experience.
What do you expect?
For real? I want to understand why you'd want your past to haunt you. Isn't it easier to let it go?
How can you determine the road ahead without experience of your past?
Just keep the experience then.
Stop talking nonsense. How do you get experience without experiencing things? How much can you learn by listening to people's stories without getting your hands dirty? Even a vaccine requires a needle through your skin. Look at how history repeats itself. Once the painful memories left the people's lives, they make the same mistake again. So, don't forget your scars.
That was what you meant when you said rotten grass brings about fireflies, wasn't it?
Yeah. Dead weeds bear new lives, and while the sky might be dark right now, the burning field will light it up all the same. Life and death are a tangled spiral. You can only follow the light from the fireflies after you accept the sorrow death brings.
All these things that all of you left behind. Your regrets, your hatred, your innovations, your dreams. I want to bring them all with me. These memories have shown me a way forward.
Dun, dun. From what I figure, this is after chapter 9. I don't think it's past chapter 13 yet. That's what I figured, though I don't really know. Honestly, I've forgotten so much of this story. This story and the older stories too. The midday sun slowly retreats behind dark clouds, bringing forth the smell of rain. No one stares at the other end of the field. Countless weeds and wildflowers have grown from here to there, wavering in the wind.
Are you here?
No one enters the field searching for any trace of the past, and the time frozen in his memories begins to flow again. Right now it is 1 a.m. 1:01 a.m. and 1:37 p.m. A truck drove through this place in the dark 7 years ago. Ooh, back to the past again. Long before it was covered with wild grass. Alright, so that's Field's dad.
This isn't the way to the base, is it? The road was blocked by some collapsed rooms. We have to go around it.
Alright, I'll move up first then. At the same time, Field was hiding inside a crate, holding onto his crane nervously. 1:56 p.m. No one is not surprised to find shattered bones underneath the surface. Death is not a rare sight on this ravaged land. The dead and buried are in the soil. The dead are buried in the soil, turning into nutrients for the vegetation. The vegetation in turn feeds the birds, the beasts, or maybe the starving passerby.
Summer.
No one calls helplessly, searching between the withered trees and the crumbled rocks. 1:21 a.m. Wandering corrupted rushed toward the end of the convoy, knocking over one of the trucks. We have to stop. Protect the attacked truck.
We can't. There are too many corrupted. We have to get out first.
I can't lose more cargo. Bancroft hit the brake, stopping the truck on the damper before leading his team of cargo crew towards the enemies, destroying their cargo in a hurry. This guy. Oh, what do we do?
Let's go help them.
Oh. 2:31 p.m. No. Why is there two N's? I'm assuming it's a typo. No one stops in front of a disturbed field. Signs of battle remain, despite all these years. He can see broken blades, empty shells, and the remains of countless corrupted. He knows that he will need to say goodbye if he keeps going. Is that really a good idea? He asks himself, has he been fooling himself on his journey? He could only keep going if he believed his friend was still alive. If Field really is dead, where should no one go next, having lost everything? 1:44 a.m. The battle lasted 20 minutes, but it felt like a lifetime. Rachel was right. Stopping here only caused more trucks to be attacked. Gunshots and howls filled the air as another truck was knocked over by a bionic mechanoid. The little cry inside the cargo, in comparison, was almost inaudible. To draw the corrupted away, Rachel ordered the convoy to retreat. After the battle was over, several squads were about to turn around and retrieve their cargo. That was when Rachel noticed the barely breathing figure buried underneath the heavy crates, lit by the pale moonlight. It was 10 minutes before Bancroft arrived. To hide her mistake, Rachel made a cruel choice. Ooh! What's happening? Day and night slowly align across time. 3:16. When Field woke up in the abandoned orchard, all he could find were darkness and roaming corrupted. He wanted to cry for help, but his echo was all he could hear. He wanted to run, but he found his body slowly failing. When he failed to feel the temperature of his blood with his hands. Field lay next to a small sapling, smiling gently at the cloud-covered sky.
Goodbye, Noah.
After that brief farewell, time forever stopped for him. No one follows the old tracks and goes over a small hill, finding a desecrated orchard before him. Most trees here have wilted, while the rest have been chopped down. Only one tree remains on the border, its snowy flowers blossom. No one takes off his goggles as one of the flowers floats toward him in the air. Took off his goggles. Adult Nolan. This is the first time we've seen him, I guess, before his construct as an adult. He's been wearing the goggles the entire time. 7 years is enough for a person to be completely gone. Only a few pieces of fabric linger on its branches, rattling in the wind inside the quiet orchard. The patterns on them look similar to Field's scarf. Oh no! How he wishes that the scarf was the only thing left behind in this place, and Field was still laughing somewhere else. But this is the end of his dream. He can no longer fool himself.
Pear blossoms.
The dead has rotted and is reborn into a new life. Regretful it may be, life eventually finds a way back to the world.
Is this tree alive because of you? Aslam has been freed from its oppressors. Will that make you smile?
He asks the silent earth. The earth does not answer.
Have I found you?
Oh, his hands up. A light breeze blows past the waving branches, sending a few petals into no one's palm. No one knows it is just his wishful thinking, but he still carefully holds the petals in his palm, accepting the pear blossoms as an answer.
It's been too long, Summer. I finally have the courage to face the truth. I'm finally brave enough to say goodbye.
The corners of his mouth have not been raised for a very long time. Staring at the white petals in his palm, no one forces himself to smile.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
He keeps repeating it, as if trying to atone for the sorrow he feels. He would still be a lonely child by Rachel's side if it were not for Field. Unaccepted by the people around him, he would still be haunted by the pain he did not understand when his mother died, and angry at the world for its indifference. Field caused many gentle changes in no one. These changes eventually separated them forever. Now that they're reunited, Field's body has already been taken by the earth and is reborn into a new life. His soul, meanwhile, continues to live in the memories of his old friend.
The memories in the firefly you left me guide me to this day, showing me the path in the dark. I finally understand that death doesn't take away the meaning of what once was. You are just transformed, living on in another way. You are the light that casts away the darkness, and the fire that melts the snow, the train that moves forward, and the reason I still live. Thank you, Summer.
He thanks the earth, and the pear blossoms once again.
And goodbye.
Ah, all right. So he finally accepts that his friend's dead. I guess he hopefully moves on. He's gonna be pretty lost without purpose. Maybe that's how Litho snatches him up to be an ascendant. We'll have to see though. But we have like half an hour until pre-rolls. We can still go. I think my voice is doing all right. Time is good too. But looking at this, we have 5 chapters left, 3 battles. We cannot finish tonight for sure, unless these are like 15 minutes. It hasn't been. Every single scene has been half an hour. So this will have to. We won't finish tonight. There'll be another stream at least, but we're gonna continue and see how far we can get. Hopefully, at least one more, possibly 2, and then we'll see where we go from there. Okay. Let me find my controller. Actually, I did not boot my controller today. Actually, I don't think I charged my controller either. So, hopefully, it's still enough batteries to do the battle. Breaking free. My controller's not connecting. Let me try rebooting it, I guess. I guess I can reboot my DS for Windows too. Give me a second. Sorry about this. Yeah, I am playing on PC client, but I've been playing with a controller for the longest time. I'm not sure I can play anything else now. There we go. It's connected now. Just took an extra reboot. It is the afternoon of the following day when Bella enters Bafe South 3. So Bella is looking for her mom. No one is looking down at the manga in his hands, reading silently. The only thing different from before is that he's using a pear blossom as the bookmark.
Oh, I thought you were taking a walk. You went to pick flowers?
Kind of.
Where to find a pear tree these days?
Any news?
Yeah.
She sits across no one with a solemn expression.
She died 3 years ago. She got ill. Didn't even live to see the rebellion. She left this journal before she died and gave her possessions to a friend.
Bella waves a thin booklet in her hand.
She kept believing that things would get better after the rebellion won. There would be schools on the lower level. People wouldn't have to fight for food or the bathroom. and she would be brave enough to find me.
Oh.
What do you think? Has their dream come true? Or has everything gone to shit?
What?
Everything gone to shit?
She struggles to hold back her tears.
Don't you cry. Tears are useless. You can't save anyone.
Wait, who's crying? She struggles to hold back her tears. She's talking to herself.
Don't cry. Tears are useless. You can't save anyone.
Don't repeat what my mom would say. And aren't you the one crying?
He's sobbing too.
So, what if I repeat her words? It just proves that it's a universal truth, passed down from generation to generation.
Just because it's passed down from our elders doesn't mean it's true. Other ideas are outdated.
It's still better than those fantasies you won't stop reading. Ordinary folks will never become the all-powerful heroes in your Cardman Rider books.
Cardman Riders aren't all powerful. Their stories are captivating only because they struggle too.
They both look up and frown, their grief suppressed again.
The real world isn't like your story. We don't always stand back up after we fall.
So, do you realize that? That you were all adversity builds character like your books.
Adversity is always destructive. I'm just willing to believe that it can make me a better person.
It's just wishful thinking you use to make yourself feel better.
Nothing wrong with making yourself feel better. People aren't supposed to stay stuck. You smiled so freely when I first met you. Look at your face now. Stuck, see?
Surely someone who never smiles doesn't get to say that about me.
Bella sneers.
What happened on the train that day to make you this way? Haven't you been listening to what people are saying?
Those are their stories, not yours. Shrek isn't your real name, is it?
Does it matter?
Obviously, the name represents a person's past and present.
Some past is just trouble. I don't want to explain and justify myself wherever I go.
If that still bothers you, then you still haven't made peace with your past.
I couldn't bring them back even if I made peace. And you also hidden many things from me.
You never asked.
Will you answer if I ask now?
No.
Me neither.
Doesn't it bother you when your partners don't communicate with each other?
What's wrong with the way we were? We could talk about our books.
Would that have gotten anything through your thick skull? You have to learn to move past your regrets.
Same goes for you, I reckon.
I need time.
Sure, but so do I.
As their conversation comes to an impasse, Bella changes the subject, brows furrowed.
Will you go back to Aslan?
And do what?
Fair. As long as Ashlar and his people are there, there's no way you can return. Do you want to keep going with me then?
Where will you go?
I'm planning to stay here for a while before deciding where to go next. There can't be anything worse out there after all.
So, I don't really remember Shrek from Fake Ascension. I do know he left clues, but he may have been with Bella in the story as well. I don't remember what happened though.
Can I offer you a new blessed name in this trying time?
That won't be necessary. Seeing the worst life has to offer, this is as bad as it gets. It can only go up from here.
Ooh, ooh, red tide projection.
Could have known how bad things could get. It didn't take a disaster, just some other scavengers like us that we didn't watch out for, and you were gone. Thank you, Bella.
So he talks to Bella in the future, in the red tide. So we're finally back to the future or the present.
I should have said that sooner. Found me when I was most lost, and you helped me along the way. It could be quite annoying sometimes, but I suppose there's blame to share. Had I not met you, I wouldn't be standing here safe and sound. So, thank you, and I'm sorry I never told you my story. Spring will return. Your favorite flowers will bloom again. Only when you told me that did I realize. I never got to tell you how I got the pear blossoms in my book. We were always hiding our past, so that we could only talk about the books we loved. You might have become a merchant for the Forsaken like I did. If you had survived, who knows? Maybe eventually we could be honest with each other, become real friends. It's too late for any of that, isn't it? Mom, Captain Rachel, Leo, Donna, Nino, Waylon, Ed, Aunt Hill, everyone I cared for on the train is gone.
Will you go back to Aslan?
The Phantom keeps repeating Bella's words at random. The young man is not bothered and instead starts chatting with a familiar voice.
There's no reason to return anymore. I ran into Mike at a Forsaken base a few months ago. He told me Nino had passed too. He said,
Nino's old injuries had long-lasting complications in the first place. He was eating less and less in the last few years, and last month he fell asleep one night and never woke up. Ooh. He knew that you survived, and he heard I was preparing to leave Actalec, so he asked me to give you back your things. He said no one on the train was going to keep an eye on your things after he was gone. Mike took out a familiar backpack filled with things no one left behind. The short sword no one used, the weapon designs Rachel gave him, Field's journal, and a manga with a bookmark resting between the pages. I was gonna bring you a piece of candy, but I lost it on my way here.
Candy?
You gave my niece your candy on your 11th birthday, didn't you?
That was so long ago.
Okay, so this is, I'm assuming this is closer to Fake Ascension now.
Some about Aslan. That was when I found out Ashlar was gone for good. A lot of things are getting better there. Perhaps the school will show up on the lower level in a few years like your mother wished.
Who's he talking to? He might be talking to Bella.
He said our sacrifices weren't in vain.
He turns around, patting the border collie by his side, deep in thought. No, he's only talking to the dog.
So we decided to leave Actalec and start a new journey. So have I, and after you were gone, I started to teach myself how to perform surgery. There's still a lot I don't understand. Whatever I can do, I want to give it my all. I want to stay with other people and contribute like I did. Eventually, I had an arrangement with the Forsaken and became one of their merchants. The red tide flooded the cities again after the disaster at Julia Forest Park ruins. It took so many lives.
He stared at the projected phantom in the red tide, and pauses.
They never stopped fighting, no matter how hopeless it was. Even if it cost their lives, the way they fought reminded me of the people on the train.
Flashback.
Still confused about what came out of my choices and our rebellion after I left Aslan. What's the point of it when none of you are here anymore, even if our dream has come true? Only when I saw those who had died defending the people from this calamity did I realize I was right not to give Ashlar the terminal that day. I would have betrayed them if I had compromised. Their sacrifices would have been in vain. Spring will come, like you said. Winter does not take, for some would light fires with their souls.
No one looks up and chuckles wryly.
Someone dies defending against the disaster every second. They build a dam with their lives to keep the flood out. I would have made the same choices I did if I was in the same situation, wouldn't I? Not because I decided to give up the possibility they gave me. I'm just making the same choices they did. I'm passing this ticket of the future to someone else. Goodbye, Bella. I have to take matches in the Forsaken base. We're still waiting for these serums.
Wait, is Matches the name of the dog? Matches is the one who showed up in Surviving Lucem. I remember it, but he wasn't with no one. Or maybe that's when Shrek showed up. Maybe. I don't know. I can't remember. My memory's not good enough. Yes, I remember it now. Conservation Area 045, Grey Raven, and the unconscious Commandant. I've met them before. What's going on? This is a new shot. I did make the same choice when I returned to the train with the Forsaken. What? He's holding our hand. Hand holding? How lewd. I always assume when there's a hand sticking out like this, it's the the player character hand, the Shiki-kan. When I did make the same choice when I returned to the train with the Forsaken. I don't remember when this happens. I think he dies during Surviving Lucem. I don't remember though. The young construct didn't recognize me, but Jamila did. I don't regret anything. I've received many gifts from many people in my life. Therefore, I'm willing to sacrifice everything I have in exchange for other people's futures. I'm loved, and I love them. Our deaths and decays are not meaningless. They are the cinders that light up the night. They may only wait. So this whole patch was titled Cinder Burns. I still don't know why it's called that. So we kind of know why he has a firefly, because he had a toy firefly, and they said they're metaphorically said they're reborn from the rotting grass. Our deaths and decays are not meaningless. They are cinders that light up the night. They may only be as bright as fireflies, but small and frail as their flames may be, they are enough to light a fuse. All possibilities stem from a big bang after all. No one slowly opens his eyes, having found his answer during his slumber. Despite the scars all over his body and the constraint that makes him hard to move, all his memories are back, and he's no longer lost. Also, Lithos is trying to wipe his memory to get him to side with the Transcendence again, or the Ascendants again. Open eyes. L. Recalibrating visual module, 58.21%.
It seems that part of the frame has been repaired. What is this place?
I don't know either.
This place looks so familiar.
Stand up. Glad I have this stuff bound. Otherwise, wouldn't be able to do anything. Move forward. Oh, FPS. FPS. First person. PGR. What is this?
Wait, I didn't lose memory this time. Maybe Lithos didn't get a chance.
Oh, it's so fast I can't read it. He's saying Lithos didn't wipe his memories. What's going on?
Now, get out here ASAP.
He's trying to escape. So dramatic. But the animation is not great. The foot, the model's kind of sliding along the thing. Also, we have 99,000 HP. That's a little unusual. Oh, someone's up there. Oh, nothing there. Keep moving, I guess. The animation actually looks a little better now. It's the worst at first when it was on a slope. You should not wake up at this moment, Lithos. Mister needs me to take care of that squad. Squad, what are you gonna do? Don't worry, just stay there. Go to the upper level, here we go. I won't let you get away. Oh, what's going on? I have no orbs. Ow, 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 ow. Alright, let's ultimate, let's ultimate. Oh no, there's more coming. I gotta run. Watch out for mind corruption. Oh. I'm assuming that's like a timer thing. Let's just run. Can't seem to get any matrix dodges. Oh, so hard. What the? Here. There's ult. Yeah, the red guys, the shambling ones. The shambling corrupted are pretty hard to dodge, because I think they actually have a kind of like an animation based thing. an animation-based charge. So if you know someone's in front of them, then the memory I retrieved is not about the past, but fighting you. Let's give it a go. Oh, that's it. That was short. Okay, I was wrong. That was very short. There is a chance we will be able to finish tonight if this is really fast. You know, this is already Bianca patch, so I did do the event. So I know we fight. I know we fight Lithos later. It was pretty cool. And I definitely didn't know the fight when I did it for the event. Yeah. But you know, right now I got 10 minutes to pre-rolls. I think let's keep going. I don't want to break early. Well, I kind of have to pee too. I drink a lot of water whenever I do story because gotta keep my throat hydrated. For all the voices. Tough. It's really rough on my voice. This is kind of why I've been thinking about stopping it, PGR. I think it's fun. I thought people would enjoy it, but I'm not sure if people are. But if you guys are enjoying it and and you're new, please follow my channel. I really appreciate it. But I'm gonna take a break now. It's better to take more breaks while I'm doing voice acting, just because it's really harsh for my voice. So then we'll continue on and see how much we can finish. How many do we have left? 4? 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4 in an hour is, I think, it's undoable. But we'll see how far we can get. So thank you, everyone. I'll be right back. I also need to get water, so I'll be a little bit longer. All right, back. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for waiting. Let's continue. On the off chance that, you know, the battle stages are very short, maybe we could finish tonight. I mean, I could go overtime, maybe like half an hour at most. But you know, I usually end the stream around 3 a.m. So you know, we don't have too much time left. But we'll see how far we can get. I was already planning on just taking another stream, but the last one was real short. You know, 19, 20 were long, and then 21 was real short. All right, let's keep going. Old Cradle Dream. You know, right now he's in the middle of the combat. We're going straight into combat, looks like. Who's that talking? Is that Lithos? It is, isn't it? Almost sounds like 21. I have to change my voice after. Ah, nice. Yeah. This is like a dream or something? This is like in his head, I'm assuming. Break the password. Need some orbs. Wait, who's that screaming at first? Ouch. Yeah, I don't like these guys because their attack animation is so long. This is ult. Run! Oh no! What? Oh, more. Here we go. Ouch. Ah, there we go, finally. Run! That is one thing in PGR. Everyone in PGR runs really slowly. It's not like, you know, anime running where everyone's like super fast. Everyone in PGR runs really slowly. You know, the attacks are super flashy, but the movement itself is pretty slow. Can't move, so we're just... Oh, got sucked in or something. Oh, that was super short. Oh my god, you know what? We might finish tonight. Okay, so this is the Lithos battle. It has to be. This is the final battle. I know, I mean, I got spoiled from doing the event. I know we fight Lithos. And that was Lithos' voice, so I was kind of on point. You know, I did like a very soft, shy girl voice. Ooh, what's this? Okay, maybe this is not the Lithos that we fought earlier. No, this is different from the Lithos battle we fought earlier. This is completely different. What's going on? Because I don't think they would create a new boss just for an event. Ouch. Run. Supposed to run? Or dodge through? Dodge through. Man. Oh, I know a lot of times when PGR players see this, they're like, ah! We're like, man, I can't wait for Withering Waves. Because, you know, PGR doesn't have an open world or anything like that. Go with the upper arm and attack. Get up. Pow, pow. Oh no! Gone already. Oh, it's green now. Cling. 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 Can we fight them? Can't reach them. Ouch! 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 Oh my god, this is tough. What are we gonna do? I don't know what we're doing. Can't escape either. Ouch. Oh, you can get here. Let's ult. Ouch. Ooh, I actually dodged that one, I think. Very barely. Oh, we're almost dead. So it's a little dangerous. Oh, here, it's getting a little closer now. We did get auto healed. The laser. It's gonna break the door. Run. This is so much higher budget than PGR normally is. But it still doesn't have, you know, like AAA levels of polish. Ah! Why does it keep turning green? Nice. I was like actually slowing learning that. Oh, it's yellow now too. What? Sometimes I can reach it, sometimes I can't. Ah, nice. Can't tell, you know, when I can hit it. Right now, it's not taking any damage though. There, it's taking damage. Oh, ouch. Oh, this is taking a long time. I don't like that. I can't really tell when I'm able to reach it. Knocked down.
過去の記憶の中で永遠にさまよう。
21 is, if I had to place the voice, I would say like 21. Oh, we're still moving. I feel like we have to be fighting Lithos. That was too epic, or like too big of a boss fight for it to be simply an event boss.
その方向は出口なのか。ノアン、元気で成長して、末日のサバイバーとして、あなたが思うように生きてほしい。レイチェル隊長。
So having voice acting,
どんな未来を望んでいても私を真似るのよ。
in the middle of cutscenes is pretty rare for PGR. They only started it since it's very rare. It's not like
これが私たちが長年望んできた結果なのだとしたら、あんまりにもひどい。
Oh no!
死は生きた証であり、腐敗は私たちは偽りではないと証明してくれるから、新たな生き物も雑草から生まれる。私にとってこれが腐ってホタルになるのは、見て。
大丈夫。生存者はまだいるからね。
シュレック、さようなら。元気でね。さようなら。ノアン、さようなら。絶対生き抜けよ。それじゃあな、ノアン。さようなら。さようなら、ノアン。さようなら。
Can't turn the camera either.
さようなら。さようなら。
That's it.
Yeah, sayonara. But this time, goodbye isn't just a farewell. It is proof that all of you once were by my side. Even now, I cannot let go of my past regrets and make peace with my powerlessness. No saint after all. I can't just let it all go and move on. These scars are part of me, aren't they? I'll carry them with me on the journey ahead. Even though there are still many things I can't change. New regrets that make me struggle, cry, and even hate myself. I know that I feel hurt because I still care. So I suppose I don't have to let everything go, do I?
His firefly flies around, responding with its flickering light.
Thank you. Goodbye. No, you never left.
All his memories are firefly, their light guiding his way through the dark. He hums a song from his childhood, waving goodbye to the lights and turning to face the real world, a world of both grief and joy. He can hear the sound of the ocean breeze from the lighthouse, the end of the light. Real freedom is right before his eyes. Wait a second, how can that be the last? How can that be the last battle stage? So maybe, here, let me go show you this one. This one right here. Challenge Exodus Memoria. This was totally a fight just versus Lithos. And it's weird that it's completely new. I assumed it was, the boss from the previous patch, but maybe it was just added for this. I don't know. I'm so out of it. Someone knows. Let me know. But we're good on time now, so we might finish tonight. I was not expecting this at all. Now we have exactly 2 stages, 2 scenes left, and we have like 50 minutes, so I could go overtime a little bit. Oh, here it is, Cinder Burns. All right, let me go back. So it says 100% now. So somewhere along the way, they decided that They didn't want to count the scenes as, story completion for some reason. So only the battle ones count towards completion. So I can't exactly tell how many more scenes there are, but someone said there was 25. Oh crap. Hold on. I didn't read it. Death and decay already arrived. Grass was burned down to ash on the ground. Sparks of the fire bring about fireflies, guiding the survivor to the future. 15 minutes later. It takes no one all his strength to move his heavily wounded body, and grabs onto the fence of the dock. When he woke up in the darkness, he found himself surrounded by corrupted. Without a way out, he resorted to jumping off the top of the lighthouse into the sea.
This would have been the third time I fell and almost died if I hadn't become a construct.
He sits on the road and catches his breath for a few seconds before standing up with his two swords and shaking off the water in his hair.
No, I can't rest yet.
Even though the infection and his injuries have pushed his frame to its limit, no one still forces himself to shake it off and starts running.
Lithos is still out there. He's gonna hurt more people.
Meanwhile, Paper Crane transforms back into Lithos' chair. Around him are dozens of constructs, all immobilized. So the chair is called Paper Crane.
You're the only one left gray, Raven Commandant. Truth is, I don't want to kill you. You're different from Revenge. You're not repulsive.
So, Lucia came and saved us last time, and we're actually here right now, so I don't know when this takes place exactly. I have no idea when this takes place. Let's just go with it.
I'm happy to bring you back if you want, and turn you into a construct as well. I can try to make you one of us, our companion.
I'll pass.
Why?
Lithos slowly approaches you while paying attention to his surroundings. He does not seem hurried to take down his last target. My actual companions need me to connect to my mind beacon.
Your actual companions? Can I be one?
I'm happy to consider it if you're willing to give up your villainous ways.
I've already tried that already. I also want to find a way to coexist with humans, but fail to achieve anything except hurting more people.
You want to coexist with humans?
It must be hard for you to believe, but this is the one thing you can count on. I love this world, and I love most people in it. I desperately want them to outlive this apocalypse, even if it means they have to live on in a different, slightly less intact form. This does make me kind of an outlier among the Ascendants, you know.
You try to look for an exit again while he speaks. Unfortunately, you are on an open field right now. Without any covers, there is no way you can outrun a construct, not to mention one with a strange mechanical chair. It is not wise to confront an Ascendant alone. The best thing you can do right now is not to act rashly. Discreetly send another signal to Lucia.
Does Paper Crane bother you?
Noticing your gaze, Lithos grins.
This is the torture chair I use to torment or kill the people who sit on it. Well-behaved children to stay away from her. She was a mechanical wheelchair used to assist people with disability, but she has since transformed into this after my fathers remade her.
Who's her fathers? Your fathers? There's a question.
The people who raised me when I was young.
Sorry.
You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you? That's okay, simply put. He's just an infected mechanoid now. You don't have to understand her, and you don't have to know what happened between us. Just consider her as a corrupted. After all, it doesn't matter what I say. Humans will always treat it as the weapon of an Ascendant. Do you regret coming here to investigate the deserters? These people wouldn't have been hurt if it weren't for you. The captain of the Purifying Force, Bianca, isn't it? Mister must have killed her by now.
Ooh, what? That's not possible. I believe in her.
Really? Are you gonna keep resisting just because you believe things can change?
Of course.
You're all the same, so much confidence in your abilities. Can't you see how many of you are dying because of the punishing virus? You might think the filtering is cruel, but if you keep fighting like this, what's the difference between the filtering and a victory that no one survives? Ascendants are trying to save those with our gifts. Without us, even they are going to perish.
Without you, humanity would have won long time ago. It would have saved more people as well.
Can't save anybody. Can't control the punishing virus. Even the air is toxic to you now. The only way to survive this world is to pass the filtering.
The punishing virus around Lithos slowly forms into spikes that point at you.
Humanity's courage and hope are nothing but illusions. A flame that kills the moth. Before I crush that hope, Grey Riven Commandant, allow me to keep you with me. I'll make sure to weave you a beautiful dream, even if you end up as fragments inside the red tide.
Ah! He raises his hands and a spike around him shoots toward you like a rainstorm. Right as you're about to meet your end, thunder crackles and lightning strikes from the sky. I thought it was gonna be Vera. I forgot no one's here. Heavily damaged frame stands between you and the barrage of attacks, forming an unbreakable shield.
You're wrong, Lithos. Hope is not an illusion. It's what came out of our countless sacrifices and sufferings.
Is this your choice and your answer?
Yes, it doesn't matter how many times you ask. I'll never agree with you in the filtering. I don't want to stay in a chasm of exiles and cages. I don't want to see their joyless smiles. I don't want to pity your crocodile tears. I will not give up on my dream.
Can't save anyone without the power of an Ascendant. They will all just die, just like your old comrades and your companions did.
I know, but there are things I can even do as an ordinary person.
Babylonia won't accept someone who has a connection with the Ascendants. They won't stop seeing you as a threat.
I know. Better be treated as a threat than keep making the same mistake. That's not the Eden you're looking for. They will exploit you in your desire to be a hero, or discarding you, or even accusing you of worse crimes you haven't committed. I know. Been there, done that. I don't regret my choices.
Bella worriedly asked him 3 questions a few days before the battle on the train back then. Confused and stressed, all no one could answer was no idea. But now he knows he's not turning back, even if the path ahead is a grave laden with thorns.
My dream, the future we wanted, was right there beyond the seemingly infinite darkness. Hope will triumph and fulfill its dream.
Nolan leaps into the air with his blades, striking at the frail-looking body without hesitation. The metal arms clash with the dual blades, sending sparks flying everywhere, even igniting the grass and leaves around them. Flipping backward and using the force from Lithos' counterattack, Nolan strikes, aiming for his neck. Lithos has no intention to dodge, only catching Nolan's sword with his bare hands. The sharpened edge pierces Lithos' palms, and red vital fluid gushes out.
You have made yourself clear. If you want to go, then go. Still think you will return one day. You will find me and ask for the power and freedom to trek through this apocalypse.
Holding Nolan's sword in his hand, Lithos points it at his heart.
You can kill me. That's okay. I'll die soon even if you don't do anything. So don't forget to introduce yourself again the next time you see me. I'm afraid I won't remember you.
Lithos lets go, and the blade goes through him.
Tear me apart if you want. I might still feel pain, but there's no reason to cherish the life that keeps getting reborn, is there?
So Lithos will just get reborn into a new body, or it's like this is not their real body, I think. Huh.
Lithos!
Bring him back, Paper Crane. You hear a man's voice from the dark. Paper Crane immediately spreads its mechanical limbs and envelops Lithos before retreating.
Who is that?
No one dashes toward Paper Crane, but an invisible force field hits him squarely in the face. Ah! That agent. Is it Vonnegut? Oh, I knew it. Oh, my voice. Vonnegut's like the worst. Let me get some water.
Grave Haven Commandant. I'm glad to see you here alive and well.
Oh, hurts already.
I'm afraid those who split up with you did not fare as well. Don't worry, I haven't completely destroyed the seed of potential. Our experimenting and game have come to an end. I'll see you next time, except it might be sooner than you expected.
Right as they disappear, oh, good thing he's gone. I'm dying already. Right as they disappear behind the dark forest, you hear footsteps approaching hurriedly from behind. You turn to find Lucia arriving with reinforcement.
Shiki-kan. Shiki-kan, I'm sorry I didn't make it in time.
You're right on time, Lucia. The agent wouldn't have left otherwise. I love you, Lucia. but most of the people who followed me were heavily injured.
I can't believe that agent was here.
And Lithos.
Huh.
What's the situation on your side?
The injured members of the Purifying Force are back on Babylonia with our help.
A silver lining, I suppose.
Our transport crafts are arriving soon. Let's head back.
Alright, we'll move those unconscious to the boarding area first.
Sorry, but I don't think I can help.
Are you okay?
Damages and infections are both at my threshold, so...
He's still trembling, even when he uses his swords to support himself.
Didn't realize it until the adrenaline passed. But I'm feeling...
Oh,
a little...
He smiles apologetically before he collapses to the ground. Hey! You work together to bring the wounded into the quarantine chamber before setting off on your journey back to Babylonia on the transport craft.
our mission regarding the deserters isn't complete, Commandant.
Sitting by the cabin window, Lucia reviews the mission data solemnly.
We caught a lot of them, but failed to progress on the Ascendant front. Some Purifying Force members believe that the rescue request from Medical Center 09 was a diversion from the deserters and Ascendants.
The rescue request was a diversion, yeah. Maybe.
They wanted to separate us from the Purifying Force.
Those people would have died if we didn't rescue them. There are people we can't save wherever we go. What we did, save the most people we could.
You're right, Shiki-kan.
Looking at the young man inside the quarantine chamber, Lucia turns and looks at you pensively.
Is he one of the constructs we saved this time? He looks familiar. Can't remember where I've seen him.
I think so too. But I don't think he's who we think he is. That person. I think so too. Yeah, we've seen him before. So we've met in Surviving Lucem, I think.
Yeah, that person sacrificed himself.
How's Bianca?
She's in critical condition. She took a big hit trying to protect the others.
Lucia frowns.
That agent has yet to reveal his true strength. He just prefers to be defensive.
I know. You two remain silent for a while, with the familiar sound of your engine as your backdrop. Soon you hear a quiet moan from the quarantine chamber.
He's awake, Shiki-kan.
How are you feeling?
I'm alright.
Infection rate is high right now.
I know.
He sounds exhausted. Sleeping in this state might cause your mind to deviate. Try to stay awake.
Alright.
Have your memories returned?
Yeah, I think I remember everything.
Can you tell me your name then? You ask him the same question you asked when you first encountered him.
My name?
No one has been calling himself Shrek ever since he was thrown off Aslan, concealing his real name. He did that to avoid the unresolved conflicts from finding him and to stay away from the rumors and accusations that would not leave him alone. There were times when he wanted to use his real name, but people already knew him as Shrek by then. There was no reason to correct them. Sorry. What's wrong? You still can't remember? This one's moving again. It's like a live 2D. Or it's like the not live 2D, but like the login screens where the character, they move a little bit.
I can't. I remember.
And like the dream and the mask Shrek represents, no one comes with the scars of the past and the memories of losing his loved ones. It is a name of pain and trouble. It still draws ire in some places, the name of a traitor and a sinner, which is why it is a name that can remind him not to stray from the path his soul has chosen. He's heading to the future now. He will face many forking paths and choices. If he has to choose a name now to symbolize his determination, then his name must be
Noah. My name is Noah. Nice to meet you, Commandant.
Nice to meet you. 1021 Science Council. A few days after Noan arrived at Babylonia. Oh, Asimov. I don't remember Asimov's voice. God, it's been so long. I kind of make him talk real fast. Let me take a deep breath. Hold on.
There are indeed some anomalies in his frame, but he wasn't controlling them, nor was he losing control. The Ascendant established a unique connection with him using the Punishing Virus. I believe the Ascendant left behind some special connection technology in his frame or his mind when the Ascendant turned him into a construct. It's a fascinating design. It will certainly expand the possibilities of future construct development.
So you're saying that he's an Ascendant or Transcendent? I remember Hassan really well. It's just as deep as I can go, like Nino. So you're saying that he's an Ascendant or Transcendent?
That's right. If I had to guess, the anomalies in his power only appeared because it was connected to and controlled by the Ascendant. He's just a normal construct if he stays away from them.
Ooh. Nicola,
Quite fitting for an Ascendant. They called Swindler back in the day. He was lying when he said the kid would lose control if he leaves the Ascendants. I can't be sure if his frame or his mind have been affected by other factors because of that. Right now, I can't guarantee that he won't lose control again.
It's probably safer to keep him in the lab for now.
I don't recommend it. He's been nothing but corroborative. Locking him up any longer seems unnecessarily inhumane.
Are you sure?
He hasn't asked to change his frame, and every test and inspection was conducted as is. High pressure tests often damage his parts, and the inspections require removing some components. Those aren't a walk in the park. He hasn't complained about anything. He would have shown it by now if he was incompliant.
Do you have a way to prevent him from losing control?
I do. I've left some insurance policies inside him after getting his permission.
When can we be sure that the threat is completely gone?
I'll need some time. The Ascendants are staying away from him currently. It will take longer to unravel its intricacies without a way to observe and collect samples.
We'll get a sample if he comes into contact with an Ascendant again, won't we? That sounds like something Kurano and the researchers would do. They won't let us go if they find out about him.
They'll most likely die or defect if we do that. While we solve this issue and replace his frame, I suggest keeping him away from the missions that might involve the Ascendants.
I guess I made the right choice assigning him to the Dark Ares.
Ooh. Dark Ares has been reinstated?
Yes, everyone on the team had some issues, so it was time to change things up.
Who's the captain?
Palma.
Who's Palma? No one we've ever met. Why her?
She's the only one left. Nolan's more than qualified, but he can't be trusted yet. We couldn't assign him that role. Lillian's a little timid. She's no leader, and her records aren't exactly spotless. We questioned her, and although she has said she wasn't aware when she brought Nolan to Medical Center 09, we can't be completely sure she isn't responsible. But we are short-handed right now, so we can't afford a heavy penalty. We'll let her get used to the new squad first. All that was left then was Palma the Butcher.
Ooh, someone with a model. He's not a future construct though. At least, not from CN server. I always forget the new characters coming out on the CN server. It's who is it? There's only one I don't know. There's Han Ying, which we've met before, and then there's a Alyssa. Ooh, the new Watanabe picture's up now. You know what? I thought Simon was dead. I don't know why Simon's still alive. But they're a new squad now. Dark Ares, apparently. But, they're not showing up anytime soon. Maybe as a side character.
All three of them have something to do with Kurano. Especially Lillian and Palma. No one just got here, but Kurano won't give up on the secrets in his frame that easily. It'll be challenging for Simon to lead a problem squad like this. He isn't fit to participate in missions on the surface physically to begin with. I'm giving him time to rest and let him and his team learn more about each other.
This is already the third iteration of Dark Ares. We shouldn't overburden Simon.
It was his request. He said he would no longer watch on as his teammate defected the way he did.
So he accepted the surveillance mission on Noah.
Not just on Noah. The other two are also potential risks. Given how the fight on the surface is escalating, there's no one more suited for this job.
Don't we have enough people watching him already?
We shouldn't relax as long as we can't stop people from deserting. No one is just one of the surveillance targets.
I'm gonna turn off my controller.
Speaking of which, no one mentioned the deserters during an inspection.
I don't think the true purpose of that agent is tempting our people to defect. I briefly heard him mentioning that it could be a diversion. Given that Lithos was the only person responsible for this incident, I felt like the agent had a different agenda.
Huh. I guess we need to send more people to the surface to investigate. Did he say anything new about that ascendant Lithos?
Same things he said when we questioned him, but...
Asimov remembers the first day no one arrived at the Science Council for the inspection.
Lithos?
Rosa. Who's Rosa?
What's wrong?
I don't know. He suddenly appeared behind me. Did I do something wrong?
I have no idea who Rosa is.
You're...
No one pauses for 2 seconds, staring at the girl's purple hair and her eyes before coming to sense. Wait, what?
My apologies. I confused you with someone else. Who are?
I'm Rosa. I'm Mr. Asimov's assistant.
I'm sorry, Rosa.
That's okay. It's okay.
He falls silent again, staring at her.
How come?
What is it?
Nothing. It was a baseless misunderstanding.
Rosa has enough problems as it is. Asimov decides not to mention something this trivial. Does she look just like Lithos or something? How's Lee's specialized frame? Ooh! Ooh! This is like a 3-patch foreshadowing? That's pretty crazy. How's Lee's specialized frame?
We can complete the adaptation and construction at any time, but it would just be another Imperia in its current state. We still haven't made any significant improvements. We're investigating the unique connection technology unknown. Hopefully it will bring some new ideas to the development of the specialized Omega frame.
Extend our order from a few days ago and keep Lee in Babylonia. He's one of our few remaining hopes. Can't let anything happen to him.
No one broke free from an Ascendant's control by himself, which means he's also capable of adapting to specialized frame.
His connection to Ascendants mean there was still many uncertainties about him. It's safer to place our bets on Lee before we're sure where no one stands. Also, hold up. Yeah, let's keep going. Seems like Grey Raven will only consist of Lucia and the Commandant for the time being. Oh, perfect. The best. At least we have Lucia. That's all we need. Don't. Although Liv has woken up. Hippocrates, this is Liv's old teacher. And she's kind of like a doctor as well.
Alright, that's it for today's treatment.
Thank you, Professor.
I haven't done Liv voice in so long. Oh my god, we haven't seen Liv in like half a year. More than half a year at this point. It's like 10 months now, I think.
Thank you, Professor. You too, Shiki-kan. Thank you for coming back to Babylonia so frequently to assist with the process.
Stop saying no, as long as I can help.
You never stop helping, Shiki-kan.
How have you been? Any issues during battles?
I'm alright.
It's a medical miracle that you woke up, or so I thought. I only recently discovered that the monitoring medical devices in your room were modified before reverting to their original state. The timing matches the time you awoke. I don't know who did it, and I don't know how it was done. All records at the time have been overwritten. Anyway, I'm going to look into it, and I won't let some kind stranger remain anonymous. And I'm going to drag whoever that is to the hospital to help.
I don't know what happened. Sorry. My throat's definitely gone pretty soon. So the monitoring and medical devices were modified. But was it a good thing or a bad thing? I assumed that someone's spying on us, but it doesn't seem like it. The professor laughs as she waves, turning away and leaving. How are you doing, Liv?
The migraines have gotten much better with the Professor and your help.
That's good.
Lucia told me that you saved the person while you were on the surface, and he's serving in Dark Furies now.
That's right. His name's No one.
It's great to have a new person with us. You too, Shiki-kan. You should rely more on others instead of carrying everything on your shoulders.
I wish we did this earlier in the night. My voice is like gone already. Same goes for you.
I'm already relying on you, Shiki-kun, and so many others, and I will keep doing so.
My pleasure. You see a familiar figure wandering outside the WGA after you leave the Star of Life. Know it?
Good afternoon, Shiki-kun.
What are you doing here by yourself?
Commandant Simon asked me to requisition some supplies, and I'm still learning my way around it.
You still haven't learned why it sounds like he talks through a radio all the time.
What about you? Why are you here alone?
I'm heading back to the Grey Raven Lounge. What are you requisitioning?
Some spare weapons and a coating. Captain Palmer said I looked like I was, and I quote, fished out from a pile of corrupted. So she told me to apply for a fresh coating from the WGAA.
Well, get something you like.
I haven't seen how they swap a coating, so I would love the chance to experience it myself.
I've never seen how they swap coatings either. It just happens, when they sell you skins after you win them from a gacha.
But I haven't found out where the requisitioning office is.
I'll take you there.
Is that okay?
Of course.
Thank you then.
He walks toward you with a smile. How are you, by the way?
I'm good. Commandant Simon is a very gentle person. Everyone else is polite.
Looking at the intricate architecture of Babylonia, he reveals a hint of confusion in his eyes. Lee happens to be walking past as he returns from maintenance, and he sees a familiar figure heading further inside the WGAA.
How's the Commandant free to hang around this place?
Confused, Lee takes another look, and he sees the other familiar figure. He immediately dismisses the thought.
What was I thinking? There's no way he could survive. It must be another construct who happens to look similar.
But then, the young construct has chosen a new coating. He's got rainbow hair now. A lot of huns here. WJ staff. But that's just a preview for the dye effect. Are you sure about that?
What's wrong with it?
It's ugly. I think it looks fine. You too? Is that what a chief prefers? I prefer whatever makes you happy. You. The WGA staff members covers his eyes in anguish.
Here's how it looks inside. Looks in rainbow colors. Relax, I won't wear it outside.
Seriously?
I'll take it off, regretful as it may be.
Hey.
Lee, why are you here?
Lee?
You're still alive?
I am. It's been a while.
Do you know each other?
Don't you recognize him? He's Shrek.
Well, wait a minute.
I might have forgotten to mention that.
Take off that disco ball on your head and put on the test coating before you catch up. At this point, I don't even know who Shrek is anymore. I know he's shown up before in the story, but I don't remember any of it. Ooh, this is his coating. He's like a cop here now. It looks very like a police officer without a jacket.
That's what happened.
You should have told us. I knew I recognized you.
You even picked up that book. Hey, am I right?
The Ascendant made you a construct. Your luck. That's not fair. If you haven't jumped off with the Omega weapon, you would have just died from your wounds inside the train. Don't even mention how you got away from the Ascendant.
Is that a compliment?
You can think of what you want. You can think what you want. I'm glad you survived.
By the way, why are you here, Lee?
I saw you guys hanging around outside.
I was showing the newbie around.
He has his own commandant, doesn't he?
Oh, he's jealous? Lee. Soon, Lee. Simon's been busy.
What about the others?
There.
No one smiles, resignedly, swallowing the rest of his words.
Because of your connection with the Ascendants?
Has everyone heard about it already?
There have been a lot of new faces from the surface lately. Managing and distributing information has been a mess.
The more anxious people are, the more they want to stay informed, even if what they hear are plain lies. That's alright. I have plenty of experience with something like that. Don't worry about me.
I still have to go see Asimov. You guys go ahead. Don't you have something else to say? Why aren't you working if you have so much free time? He walks away.
I kind of feel like Lee was hoping you'd go to rest.
I noticed.
Of course you did. You're a chief.
Did Simon teach you to say that?
Yeah, he always mentioned you or asked me how you did on the surface when we chatted. He might not say it out loud, but I suppose that's how he showed he cared.
No one smiles as he takes off the test coating. Oh, thank God.
I'll take this one.
Do you have no other requirements? Members from pending elite squads are allowed to request customizations on their coatings.
This is good. I'll take the one everyone uses.
Okay.
Thanks. Let's go, Shikikan. You really should rest now. Commandant Simon said you just returned from a mission, and you're already preparing for your next. Let me walk you back to the Grey Ravens Lounge. I have to go back to the Dark Ares Lounge as well.
Alright, let's go. No one.
What is it?
Do you regret it?
Do I regret coming to Babylonia?
Yeah.
I don't.
But since you've been here,
I've been interrogated, monitored, alienated, and asked to join these researchers. Did you think this would happen when you asked me to come to Babylonia with you?
I'm sorry. I was just focusing on the Ascendant that day.
It's alright. I thought about this when I agreed to come. Lithos warned me, too. Heard that.
Yeah.
I thought it before I made the decision.
This is gonna be hard.
Is anything easy? People went through hardships even back in the peaceful days. And you, hero? Has your journey been easy?
Of course not.
Do you regret taking on this hardship then?
I don't. I do though. My voice hurts. I feel so tired right now.
Have you thought about running away and giving up because you couldn't stand the pain?
Maybe.
But you aren't running. Why?
Because there's nowhere to run. Or I'll say this, because there's still people and things I care about, like Lucia.
Yeah, I also have people and things I care about, and a future I want to see. So our answers are the same. No matter how painful and difficult it gets, I won't regret it. It's proof that I still care. I'd rather live on with this regret and pain than give up my dream for an easier path.
I see.
By the way, there's something I never had the chance to tell you. Thank you for pulling me up at the last moment.
Thank you for accepting my invitation. He smiles, stopping before a forking road.
That's the way to the Dark Ares Lounge.
I should head back as well.
I'll see you around, Commandant.
I'll see you around. The two of you wave goodbye before heading your separate ways. Despite realizing how ordinary he is and knowing how he will face many challenges with his ordinary body, his footsteps feel determined without a hint of doubt. An ordinary life is like wild grass. Wild grass strikes no deep roots, has no beautiful flowers and leaves, yet it imbibes dew, water, and blood, and flesh of the dead, all trying to rob them of life. Somehow it's off the screen. As long as it lives, it is trampled upon and mowed down, until it dies and decays. But please do not loathe how ordinary it is or how it decays. It is the price for a soul to burn. Rejoice for their uncompromising souls. Laugh and sing for the snow they melt with their flame. They would rather greet death than obey and perish in silence. He, survivor, is walking on a path paved with deaths. Firefly. One day, he, survivor, will also face his death, guided by the fireflies. Their love. This is the choice the wild grass made. You will see him smiling when it is his time to go. Cinder Burns. The end? Question mark, question mark. Hey, I just noticed in the back it says Grey Raven Lucia. Oh, that's the end. Someone told me it was 25. Well, there might be a hidden one somewhere, but we are done, so. Oh, I'm glad. Oh, we still have time left. Oh, thank God. So, yes, I love to recap the story, or even at least my thoughts.
I think a lot of it was pretty good. I do feel like the ending, I do feel like not remembering what happened in the past. You know, the stuff that happened years ago, or, you know, one of them happened 10 months ago and one of them happened about a year and 3 months ago. Not remembering any of that stuff kind of hurts my appreciation of the story. I don't really know how it ties in. I just know that it was, because I do remember the name Shrek from chapter 13, as well as I know he showed up in 17 somewhere. We still don't really know when he turned into a construct, I think, right? Because he kind of ended the, you know, after the whole deal with Bella, and Bella, you know, died at some point into the Red Tide, but we don't really know exactly when he became a construct. And I still have no idea why it sounds like he's talking in a radio. But, you know, at this point, I'm tired. I don't want to ask any more questions. I don't, yeah. So it was fun. I don't know if this is a good thing, but I'm so glad that I finished today and it's not another stream. I'm so glad it sped up. It did feel a little bit long for a side story like this. But I guess he's kind of a big piece now of the research in Babylonia, since he's an ascendant who kind of broke free from their control. Though it makes us wonder if, you know, all the other ascendants, they have their sentience, so they can kind of act on their own free will. So they could totally turn against, you know, ascendants and stuff. But they all kind of band together. I mean, from the initial perspective, you know, Luna was the leader. Alpha is, of course, loyal to Luna because it's her sister. Same with Gabriel. Gabriel respected her power, so, you know, that's why Gabriel kind of, you know, worshipped Luna. And same with Roland as well. You know, Luna saved him, so it's like his, you know, his savior. And then Lamia was just kind of just scared of them, so she kind of just fell in line. But, you know, I guess in the sense they're all very similar to Noan in that they all have free will, but they've all, you know, decided to band together. And I mean, we have seen Ascendant infighting before. You know, Gabriel turned on Luna. You know, Roland turned on Luna, the last patch. But, you know, Alpha, of course, is always by Luna's side. Lucia is always by you know, her Emoto's side. Yeah. So I do feel like I can't really comment much because all I think is that, oh, I've forgotten anything that happens in the past. But it was a lot of fun. I did kind of like him growing up. Kind of, I guess, you know, he was inspired by the stories in books and, you know, video games. Or you can think, you know, if I, you know, if I, you know, apply it to kind of like, you know, how I feel about it, is, you know, I do find a lot of inspiration from video games and, you know, popular media, more so than, you know, classical books. I'm not a... Sometimes people see me and they're like, oh, you must love to read. I hate to read. But I do love video games and video game stories, and I really find a lot of inspiration from them. Like, you know, both PGR, you know, like, and also, you know, recently Project Sakai. I do love those stories a lot. You know, anime as well. Sometimes I feel like visual novels, I feel more into the story than, say, just watching an anime or like a movie or live action movie. Those you can kind of relax and let your brain just turn off. These you kind of have to think more actively, I feel like. That's why I really like, you know, they call them visual novels, but, you know, back in the day, these were just RPGs. You know, I guess people would sometimes try to classify them as RPGs. It's a little contentious about the naming. But these type of you know, story-based RPGs. Not, you know, the ones that are kind of, you know, based off like CRPGs where it's about kind of not branching storylines, but kind of like a fine choose your own adventure type thing. I feel like those don't really have strong stories, at least not real stories. They're literally just, you know, it's kind of an ego trip. That's how I view them. But, you know, this type of, you know, this is like a JRPG story in a visual novel format. It feels really immersive and you really kind of put yourself in their shoes. But I did enjoy it a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed my performance as well. But that's it for tonight. I'm so dead. So tomorrow I will be back with Project Sakai. yeah, that's about it. It's they're under maintenance right now. I think it might be over half an hour ago. Might have been extended, but definitely during my streaming time, so I couldn't play today. But definitely hoping to play again. I think tomorrow I'll be playing Rhythm. I definitely will not do story because I'm resting my voice. Also, sometime in the future, I'm hoping to do a kind of like a stamp ranking, or like just checking out all the stamps. I do have a lot of stamp vouchers saved up, so I do want to spend them now that I've kind of have an idea of all the characters. I've been I really love chibi emotes and stuff like that. Yeah, that's it for tonight. So yeah, so we are not caught up in story yet because we are in Bianca patch now, but we have 5 weeks before who's the next one? Hanying? No, Bambanada, I think. Bambanada, is that right? Yeah, so Bambanada is the next patch. We have 5 weeks before that's released. So maybe we can, finish... Maybe we can finish Bianca's story. I haven't heard much about it. I've kind of been out of the loop of PGR news and stuff like that. But... hold on, let me check this. Maybe we'll get around to it soon. I am very busy these days. I've been trying to, work on a lot of other stuff. Also, studying Japanese for my upcoming trip. Also, my upcoming trip, I won't be streaming sometime in November because I'll be away on a family trip. But I do hope to be posting to my Twitter, very often, more than daily, during then. So if you guys want, please follow me on my Twitter. I do post all my updates there, and I'm hoping to push more, content, there during my trip, as well as overall. So yes, thank you everyone. I'm checking my dailies. I don't think we used the serum yet. But yeah, for PGR content, I actually, I did all this off stream. I could have done kind of like a generic event thing, but I decided I didn't want to. Though part of me is kind of regretting it because today I didn't know what to stream, and then I remember, oh, there's a story to catch up with. Yes, it was I enjoyed it. I think I just have to take it easy, and I don't know. I always say, I am doing this for a career, so I have to focus on growth more than just playing games blindly. But I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. So tomorrow will be Project Sakai, but I think after this I'm hoping to do Project Sakai story again. It's kind of been on hiatus for me for almost 2 weeks now, I think. So I'm hoping to get back into it. I'm just going in order. So the next one is going to be a VBS story. So I'm looking forward to that. That's about it for tonight, though. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Also, as usual, if you're new and you enjoyed the stream, please do follow my channel. I do stream Punishing Grey Raven. I do these story performances with full voices for every single character. Also for Project Sakai as well. And then maybe more games in the future. I do have some other plans, but I think the timing is not right, and I'm a little busy right now. But no promises. But I'm hoping to play Final Fantasy VII Remake again, not Rebirth. Remake before Rebirth comes out. And I do have Persona 5 Royal purchased. I did play the non-royal version many years ago when it came out, but I have definitely forgotten most of it, and I really enjoyed that one as well. So I would love to play those on stream, but sometime in the future. But that's it for tonight. So yes, thank you everyone, and I will see you guys tomorrow then for some Project Sakai. Good night everyone. Bye bye.